Hey guys, I'm back. I am actually on a long-term care assignment. I am now doing travel nursing as a registered nurse in long-term care. I wanted to make a quick video last night while I was working, but this is actually a beauty salon. They made it into a makeshift office because of the current situation that's going on. Different places had to make different. They had to improvise. So I didn't get a moment's peace, not so much as from the residents because they were real chill last night, but from just regular staff walking by, and I didn't want to keep getting interrupted while I was making a video. So I am in the last 30-minute stretch of my contract for this week. When I jump in the car, I will make a quick little um, video. Yeah, it's 6. I think it's like 6:40. I should be off in the next 35 minutes. And I will have completed my contract for this week. So stay tuned, guys, for the details. Um, just want y'all to see the difference in pay as far as working a long-term care contract compared to working full-time in a facility. Be back with you guys. Hi guys, I'm back. This is actually a whole nother day from when I filmed that intro. As I said in that intro, I was on my last 30 minutes of my travel assignment, and I was going to go in a car and do some filming, but I decided to just truck it on home. So I am back here another day. Like I said, just got off from another local agency assignment. So I'm going to film this quick video to tell you guys how I gross a little over $2,000 a week doing working agencies and on a travel assignment. Okay, so some of you may know I am pretty much a new registered nurse. I became a registered nurse in 2019, February 2019. But prior to that, I was a licensed practical nurse. So while I was a licensed practical nurse, I started working with some local agencies here in Columbia, South Carolina, and went on and got my RN and continued to work with them. So I've always been with the local agencies, and I saw with the local agencies how, you can really make some good money. One thing about these local agencies, when they get in a bind and they really need people, they'll start offering $100 bonuses, $150 bonuses, $175 bonuses. I'm actually going to put a little screenshot up here so you can see like some of the text messages they'll send out. And that's a way that you can really, capitalize and make the most money with the local agencies. So now let me tell you about my travel assignment. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'm one of those rare RNs who I actually prefer working in long-term care. Rather than working in a hospital. Not to say there's anything wrong working in a hospital. I did it. I gave it a try. I lasted about 7, 8, and I'm going to say last because I actually decided that it wasn't for me. Not to say I was overwhelmed. The whole atmosphere, though, it wasn't for me. I felt like I was being caged inside the hospital and I couldn't get out for 14 hours. I'm not even going to say 12 hours because it was very rare that I ever was able to leave the hospital before 8:30 in the morning. The uncertainty as far as, what kind of group you're going to get, what new admissions you may get. You could be well into your shift and it's 5 in the morning and here you go with an admission and now you got, it's just the uncertainty. I worked in a level 1 trauma facility. There were I worked on a medical surgical telefloor. There were some very, very sick patients on the floor that I worked. Sicknesses that I didn't even know. This is the ignorance of me because I'm in long-term care, so I'm used to people having, chronic conditions.
But these people were coming in with conditions I had never heard of. I acquired a lot of new skills, and I'll forever be grateful for those. And I won't say I'll never return to a hospital. I have no plans on returning to a hospital. I'll say it like that. But you never know. We never know what the future may hold. So I returned to long-term care. So a friend of mine, she had been working travel agency for a little while as an LPN. And, she used to tell me about the money she made or whatever. And it went, basically went in one ear and out the other. Because for one, I was already an RN. And I knew that traveling jobs for RNs in long-term care was very limited. And for two, it just never dawned on me when I put it together how much money she was actually making compared to what I was making. And to be honest, she was making more money than I was. And, I was an RN. She's an LPN. Even though I'm an RN, at the time I only had 1 year experience. I had 18 years prior experience as an LPN. And she was making more money than I was making as an RN doing traveling in long-term care. And so one day I really just, after I left the hospital, I was talking to her. She was on her contract, and she was really breaking it down, the numbers to me. And this is after, everything with this whole pandemic and all that was occurring. And, I had returned to long-term care, and I was getting bonuses and everything. But it seemed like even with the bonuses, my paychecks used to be, not flattering to me at all. Like, I'm going to put a copy of one of my stubs up here. It was for 70 hours. My gross was in the like 4,000s, but I brought home about 2,300 for 70 hours. And that was including some bonuses and everything that I acquired for picking up some shifts. Typically 72 hours, 72 point whatever hours is considered, whatever full time. But I had made like 70 hours, I believe, on this stuff. And if you see my take home was like 23.50, something like that, and that was for 2 weeks. And so I was like, hold on. So you mean to tell me, because what she would do is she would work 2 doubles, which are 8-hour shifts at that facility, and she would do it 2 days in a row, and she would come home and she would be off for 5 days straight. And she was bringing home like $3,000 she would get paid weekly, which is, $1,500 after taxes. After taxes, she would bring about $1,410. So in 2 weeks, she was making like $2,800. And I was like, hold on, you working 2 days, you making $2,800, and I'm sitting here slaving away, working, that equaled out to like for 70 hours, I'll bring home about 2,300. So I'm working, 70 hours, working more hours than you, and I'm bringing home less money. So, I was happy for my friend, but then I was thinking, well, dang, how can I get on? Like, I don't mind traveling. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. But, and it's not what you think, because, I just had my test done. It came back negative. So, anyway, she was like, well, yeah, they still need people. You can come on, I'll talk to my recruiter or whatever, go do application, with this agency, and, I'll give you my recruiter number. You can talk to them. You can get yours set up just like mine, where you can do like 2 doubles and, be off or whatever. So, I'm thinking, okay, well, they're not going to let me on because I'm an RN, and they're not going to want to pay me or whatever. But I said, I don't mind making what you making, because, hell, you still making more money than me. So when I talked to the recruiter or whatever, they submitted me to the facility. And the facility, of course, they were like, they're not going to be able to pay me. But when they found out I was willing to work for LPN pay, they was like, no problem, sure. So when I got the contract wasn't really desirable to me, because they had actually not given me what my friend was making. But it was pretty close. It came out to like $1,410 a week. After taxes, it was going to be like $1,300 or something like that. So I was like, that's fine with me, because she had been there for over a year already. She didn't start out making what she was making, but she was making that $1,500 every 2 weeks, every week, and she had been there for a year. So I was like, I can work my way up to that. So, I went ahead and accepted the contract for $1,410 a week. So, and $2,800 every 2 weeks. So that's still more than what I'm making, currently on the job that I was working. And so when they send a contract to me, y'all, this is what makes it desirable. I'll put a little picture of my contract up here. Okay, so your contract, you are receiving a meal stipend and a housing stipend. Okay, your meals and your housing stipend is non-taxable. So you're receiving all that money. None of that is being taken away from you. The only thing that is taxed is your base pay and, your hourly pay. So my hourly pay, as you can see, which it doesn't look good for an RN, but hey, $20 an hour, and it's for 32 hours. I'm doing 2 16-hour shifts. That comes out to, I think, like $640. That's all they can tax. So I actually called and asked them, can they lower my base pay and increase my stipend? Because I wanted them to take even less taxes. Hell, I asked them, can they only pay me $16 an hour? But they were like, no, that's the least that they can pay, RN, they had their guidelines. So, I'm like, I'm making $640 an hour off my base pay. That's what's being taxed. Off my meals and my stipends, it's like $770 a week. And then I ended up getting like, mileage, which was an extra $60 that I didn't even know about. And so, I only work 2 days, y'all. So that means I got 5 days off for that 1 week after taxes. After the 1410 is the gross. After taxes, I was making it was like 1308 or something like that. So that's $1,300 that week, for 1 week for my travel contract. Okay, now I'm off 5 days. What I do is I drive into work. I go drive into the facility. I work my 16. I have a hotel already reserved. I'll get off. I'll sleep about 6 hours in the hotel, 6 hours, 6 hours normally. I'll get up, take my shower. I'll go back to work. I'll work my another 16. When I get off that next morning, I have the option to go ahead and lay down at the hotel and sleep for 4 hours till checkout time, or I can go ahead and hop on the road and head home. It's up to me. And lately, I choose to drive home, but I think for now I'm going to go ahead to the hotel and take, a couple hours of rest, because I've been getting sleepy on that road, which is not good. But, I'm only paying for a hotel room for one night, because I do 2 16s. I knock out my shifts and I knock out 4 shifts in 2 days. Okay, so I come home, I got 5 days off. Now, mind you, I've already made more than what I've been making, working my full-time job. I've already made that in 2 days. But hey, like I said, I went back to them local agencies. Them local agencies still sending out them text messages, $150 bonus, $175 bonus. Why would I sit home for 5 days? My kids are doing virtual schooling right now, which even if they weren't, I still wouldn't sit home. But they're doing online schooling. They're home. I'm not having to, go drop anyone off to school, pick anyone up, none of that. So I picked me up a little time with the local agencies. So just the shift I just worked, matter of fact, it's just an example of the money. Okay, I was offered $100 bonus for this shift. The shift is a $33 an hour shift with $100 bonus. So that already put me at $500? That's about $500 right there, I believe. $500 for that one shift. Plus, it's a holiday, so I get time and a half, not just straight time. It was a holiday. So for this one shift that I just worked, I believe I'll be hitting $650 after taxes, after they take the taxes out. Now, with the local agencies, they do tax you on your regular tax rate. So that's $650 for one shift. Okay, so I still have 4 more days that I'm off. I can pick up another shift if I want to, which of course, I am. I'm about to go pick me up I'm going to take the next 2 nights off. And then I have this one job that I work every Thursday. I'm trying to hold on to it. I work there on Thursdays, so I can't discredit that money. That one shift that I work on that job, that's about $400 for that shift. $350, $400, whatever. So you add that to the money I made last night. My local agency that I work, I get paid daily. So when I go in there and I take my shower, I lay down, go to sleep. When I wake up, that money gonna be on my card. I'll have that. And then I go to work Thursday. That money comes to me every 2 weeks. But, I'll make about $400, $350. It was 12 hours times $33, 330, probably about $350 or whatever, and that's not even counting the shift differential and stuff. So that's like $350 more dollars. Plus, you say the $600 I made last night, that's $900 and something dollars. Add that on to the $1,300 I made. That's over $2,000 right there in 1 week. Now, let's say typically, because my money is always the same when I do my travel assignment. It's always going to be like $13.10. It's going to be the same unless I stay over an hour or whatever. It's always going to be like $13.10 a week. Okay, say I just pick up 2 regular shifts when I come home. My regular shifts, when I work a 12-hour shift, normally I make about $380 a shift. So 380 times 380. Say I pick up 2 shifts because I'm off 5 days a week. Say I work 2 shifts. 380. That's what, $760. So that's $760 for 2 shifts. Add that to the $13.10 I already make on my long-term care contract. That's over $2,000. When I say that 380, that's what I'm going to bring home for the local agencies. That's after taxes. Well, let's say about 360. 380. I'm going to say 380. Because if I go 15 minutes early and I leave 15 minutes after, I still get paid for my, I get paid a full 12 hours. So that's $760. You add that to the $13.10 that I'm bringing home, a $13.08. That's over $2,000. So I'm grossing a little over $2,000 every week. Not grossing, net, bring home. A little over $2,000 every week. That ain't nothing to complain about. Not everyone can take a long-term, I would love to take a long-term care contract, South Dakota, North Dakota, but one thing about those contracts, okay, I go take that contract. I got to pay for my housing. You're not going to find a decent hotel for less than like $70 a night. So I'm saying I have to stay. I can't fly back. I'm not going to fly back and forth. So you stay at 7 nights times $70 a night. That's what, 7 times 7 is 49. That's $490 for a week just for housing. That's going to come out of the money you're getting paid. Typically when it's not all this, this pandemic that's going on, nurses are making like about $2,300 a week as registered nurses in a hospital setting. They'll $1,800, $2,200, we'll even say $2,300, that they're making. When you subtract about $400 a week for housing, if say you stay in a hotel, some people can find apartments or whatever to stay in, but they're going to still typically pay about $800 a month. So that breaks down to about $200 a week. Say you're bringing about $2,200, you got to take that $200 away for your housing. Then you got to take meals and all that away. Say you spend $75 on meals a week, so that's $275. So that $2,200, $2,300 that you're bringing net every week on a regular long traveling contract, you're down to already like $1,800, net. When I'm bringing in $2,000 a week, I spend 1 night away from my house. 1. I'm home the rest of the week. I spend 2 days and 1 night away from my home. And then I'm back in the comforts of my home with my children, with my dogs. Like, I'm about to go ahead and walk my dogs now. If I was in North Dakota, South Dakota, if I only do 312s, even on the 4 days off, if I don't catch a flight to come back home, I'm stuck there still having to pay for housing for the days that I'm off. So this works out fine for me. Nurses out there, they making, and these agencies are paying like $4 or $5 grand a week to take contracts. And there are some people I know who got a contract just like in Augusta, Georgia, which is an hour and a half away from me, and they getting like $4 grand a week. I don't knock them. I ain't gonna lie. I even tried to apply for some of myself. I ain't gonna lie, because Augusta is right there. I would still qualify for the travel because it's over 60 miles away from me, but I would drive home. I would go do 312s and drive home every night. But I wasn't, lucky enough to get one of those assignments. So I'm going to work with what I got. I'm very satisfied with it. I am able to save money finally. I am blessed with. I thank God every day for my friend who put me on. Networking is that's how we nurses get put on out here in the world. And my friend put me on. I thank God for her. I thank God for putting me in this position where I can make this money. But I just wanted to let you guys know that don't be discouraged. If you're a registered nurse and you prefer long-term care, there is a will and a way for you to go out there to, make some money. Anyway, that's what my video was about. I'm just to let you guys know that even if you're in long-term care, there's ways to go about and out here, make money in nursing. And like I said, I took an LPN contract and I ain't had no shame about it. I told them people real quick, I'll take an LPN contract, no problem, and I like the facility I'm at. I don't work hard, y'all. I don't work hard at all. I don't work hard. I do my work. I take care of my patients. Sometimes I go above and beyond what some agency nurses will do, because some agency nurses will be like, well, this ain't my job. I don't know, honey. I take care of them like that's my full-time job. Like I've been there for years. If something need to be done with my patients, I handle it. I don't put it off for the next. I don't be like, oh, well, I only got a 6-week contract. No, because guess what? Your girl trying to renew that contract. They ain't even got to worry. They ain't even gonna ask me. I'm gonna ask them when I get down to 1 week. I'm be like, y'all ready to renew? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. So anyway, I just wanted to come to y'all with a little video, let y'all know. Until next time, guys, y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you. Oh, and please get down there in the comments. Leave a comment if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for me. Also, subscribe to my channel. It's been a while since I did a nursing video, but I'm going to be coming at y'all with them. I'm not going to lie and say back to back, and I'm going to be on a regular schedule, because I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I be so busy, outside of work, just life, holding down the household and stuff. I got to go in here and walk my dogs now. Can't even go to sleep because they probably at the door waiting on me. But I will be uploading some more content as far as nursing. So talk to you guys. Oh, subscribe to my channel. I meant to say, I always forget to say that. Subscribe to my channel. I'll look at them analytics and I'll be like, why these people ain't subscribing? Your girl just trying to, why I can't get 100 subscribers? I was going to try to be bold and say I want 500 by the end of the year. But, the way y'all looking at that subscribe button and just keep looking, hell, I just want 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I ain't asking for much. Let me get 100 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Like my video, and I will get back to you guys next time. This was As Told by Muriel. Goodbye.